we will now move on to the performers. Just a couple more things. So there is some strong language in the show. Please be warned if you're sensitive to any particular topics it might be in this show. If you would like to show us some support, please hit the like button, give us a subscription, leave a chat message for the actors. I can see it's already going off, which is great. And if you're not watching live, you can leave a comment for the actors to read later. You, as our viewers, get to vote for your 2 favorite performers and help select who becomes the global champion for World Monologue Games. So I'll come back on at the end of the broadcast and explain how the voting works. You can't vote yet. The voting form is currently closed, but it will be open at the end of the broadcast for 48 hours. So you'll be able to vote then. All right, guys, that's enough from me. Sorry about the distraction before. I am going to hand over to our amazing performers now. All the best to you guys. And to you, the viewers, please enjoy World Monologue Games 2023 Global Finals Main Amateur Category.
You will not back out. You will not back out. You need to remember what they did to your father, what they did to your mother, and what they did to your sister is unthinkable. They wronged you. They wronged us. They wronged all of us. We are going to go out tonight and gut every last motherfucker for what they did to us. Now I need you to go back to your room, gather your weapons, and get down on your knees and pray to God that we kill every last motherfucker for what they did to us. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I feel like I'm acting. I want to be the character. I want to feel the character inside me. I don't want to just act like the character. I mean, I'm thankful that they cast me in this movie, and I think I'm right for the part. I really want to be able to play a tough guy. Thank you for coming over and helping me work on this. I was talking to my dad last night, and when I was a kid, he called me a softie. He still calls me a softie. Maybe I should take a boxing lesson or something and have somebody punch me in the face and make me really angry so I want to get revenge for real. Maybe I should do it again. Yeah, I'm going to do it again. Let me get in character. You will not back out. You will not back out. Maybe I just need to take a break or something. Do you want a cup of coffee? A cup of tea?
She trying to scare me. Hell, I ain't scared of dying. I look around and I see people dying every day. You gots to die to make room for somebody else. I had a dog that died. Wasn't nothing but a puppy. I picked it up, put it in a bag, and carried it up there to the Reverend C.L. Thompson's church. I carried it up there and I prayed and I asked Jesus to make it live like he did the man in the Bible. I prayed real hard, knelt down in everything. They say, ask in Jesus' name. Well, I must have called Jesus' name 200 times. I called his name till my mouth got sore. I got up, looked in the bag, and the dog is still dead. It ain't moved a muscle. I say, well, ain't nothing precious. And I went out and killed me a cat. That's when I discovered the power of death. You see, a nigga that ain't afraid to die is the worst kind of nigga for the white man. He can't hold that power over you. That's what I learned when I killed that cat. I got the power of death too. I can control him. The white man don't like to see that. He don't like for you to stand up and look him square in the eye and say, I got it too. 'Cause then he gotta deal with you square up.
بس مش عايز صراخ، مش عايز ألم، مش عايز صوت، عايز ألم، عايز ألم. أنا أصلا بتألم طبيعي. فاكرني شرير؟ أنت فاكرني شرير؟ لا لا لا، أنا مش شرير. مش شرير. أنا كل جريمتي إن أنا حاولت إن أنا أخلص الناس من واحد شرير وفاسد وعنصري وظالم وقتل الناس وأبرياء كتير. هي دي جريمتي. بلاش تبص لي البصة دي، البصة الاحتقار دي. أنا مش شرير. أنا فشلت في كل حاجة، فشلت في التعليم وفشلت في الحب وفشلت في الشغل وفشلت في كل حاجة، واللحظة اللي أعمل فيها حاجة مختلفة تطلعي لي أنت عشان تشهدي عليا. ده مستقبلي وأنا أصلا ليا مستقبل. زي ما قلت فشلت في كل حاجة. أنا ما عملتلكيش حاجة، أنا ربطك بس اللي عذبتك ولا ضربتك ولا أي حاجة خالص. أنا مجرد ربطك بس في اللحظة اللي هتستنزفيني فيها. أنا مش شرير. أنا كنت عايز أعمل حاجة مختلفة. لو كل إنسان فشل في حياته وعمل حاجة مختلفة، الدنيا هتبقى جميلة، هنعيش في مدينة أفلاطونية. بس انتوا اللي بتعطوا القانون القانون اللي يسيب ناس زي دي عايشة ملوش لازمة، يبقى ملعون أو القانون. مش شرير. كنت عايز أعمل حاجة مختلفة، ويا ريت كل واحد يعمل حاجة مختلفة لو فشل في حياته ويخلص الناس من شرور ناس زي دي. افتكري لو سبتك تشهدي عليا، ايه الضمان؟ الدنيا اللي احنا عايشين فيها دي فيها ضمان اصلا؟
I have to find my words. I have to tell you something. I wanted to wait for the right time to tell you, but time isn't something that I have. You know, nothing's been working. All of the treatments and trials. Nothing's worked. The tumours are growing. I don't have any options left. So I did it last week. You know, I never wanted to find out how long. I never wanted to know. But I figured it was time. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. To sit there and find out how much longer I have to live. Six months. Maybe 7. I wanted you to know. I thought you should know.
my first review. Oh, not my first review ever, obviously. Thousands as a dancer. One of the best in the world. Loved by millions. Touring 300 days every year. Performing on the grandest of stages. In front of movie stars. Royalty. Presidents. Even celebrity chefs. One day, a reviewer described me as a staggering dancer. Oh, I know it was meant as a compliment. But it was the end. The unintended little pun was the only thing I heard of from that day on. Audiences laughed every time I came out on stage. Newspapers tried to build on the pun. I may have still been in my prime, but I became a walking punchline. So, this is my first review as an actor. I retrained for 5 years, and last night was my first performance. So, let's see what they say then. Huh? Brilliant. She describes me as unbelievable. Oh, fuck.
I'll always be here for you if you need me. The classic, isn't it? Like, it's not you, it's me. Or we can still be friends. They're all bullshit. That first one really stings. I'll always be here for you if you need me. See, the only difference between that and the others is you can't use them because they're all for breakups. That's not what this is. So we're not even together, you just don't want to talk to me anymore. And I can't blame you for that. I mean, you're not the first well-meaning girl to say that to me. I just thought you'd be different. Look, I'm sorry to make you feel this way. It's just... Look, I liked you from the moment that I met you. And it was the first time in a really long time that I'd let myself feel that way about someone. And honestly, it felt really good to feel that way about someone again. But I guess it wasn't meant to be, right? I mean, clearly, we're not together and you don't even want to talk to me anymore. I know that you said you'll always be there for me, but the truth is that'll never happen. Because you use that one word, need. The truth is we don't need to talk to anyone. It's just something that we're supposed to do. I don't need to talk to you. God knows I want to. We both know that I can't. You know, I think we're all a bit broken inside. Just takes that right person to come along and fix us. For a while there, I thought that was you. I hoped it was. Look, I'm okay. I'll be all right. Just need to keep waiting. We both do, I guess. But till then, just know I'll always be here for you. If you want me.
You ought to know why I did it. I touched Snow because I had to know. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what happens when I touch people. And so I touched her and I felt nothing. Just nothing. And it spread. It spread everywhere in me. There's nothing until I couldn't feel anything anymore. I was just this dark, empty black hole. And I tried to fill it back up. I tried to fill me back up. And so I called Trish and she came right over and I felt nothing. And then I tried to mourn at the wake and I felt nothing. And so I drank. And I drank and I drank and nothing worked. Nothing worked. I couldn't feel anything, Shirley. After I touched her skin, I couldn't feel anything. And then we're in the basement. And the lights go out. And I can't see. And I can't feel. And I wonder if that's it. If that is what death is. Just out there in the darkness and numbness and alone. And then I wonder if that's what she felt. And I wonder if that's what Mom also felt. In this ocean of nothing. Surely what if that's what it is for all of us when the time comes? Just nothing.
Hey. Hi. Can I? Okay. Guy, listen to this. You have a baby. You have a baby in the street, and the baby's in a stroller, and the baby's wearing little tiny Doc Martens, and they're really shiny, right? Like yours. Okay? And the baby's being strolled along by the mom. Okay? And then zoom in. A guy's face. Looks at the baby, goes, and the baby looks up at the guy, and he goes, and then the mom looks at the baby and goes, and then they're all together going, and then at one point the mom goes, "It's a baby," and strolls off. That's the ad. That's the ad. What do you think about it? I want your comments.
You're tall. Forgive me. I printed out your profile earlier, and it said you were 5'7". Well, my Betsy, you might be reaching 6 foot. Oh, sweet petunia. That is good sourdough. Do you eat carbohydrates? Because by the looks of you, I'd say no. You know, this is my first blind date. But let's face it, it's not going to be my last. My left eye's fading a tad, but my right eye, it can see just fine though. Why don't we clear the air? Because we both know we're trawling busloads of baggage into this. So why don't we hop, skip, and a jump to the main course? I am ordering a medium rare sirloin steak with mashed potato and baby carrots. And while I might be on a pension, you know, I can darn toot and pay for myself. Don't just think 'cause I'm a modern filly, you'll be taking advantage of me later. 'Cause nobody buys the cow if they can get the milk for free. Eyes up here, honey. You know, I've seen you staring. These aren't just to darn my woolen socks. Sometimes I use them as chopsticks, and sometimes self-defense weapons. Well, I've surprised you. That's good. I do have numerous party tricks up my sleeve, even at my age. Alright, well, the seat is sufficiently warm. Why don't I introduce you to my granddaughter?
You're smelling up the entire lobby. Sorry. You don't deal with your kind. No one does. No one here will be willing to touch someone with your blood type. B. I assume. By the stench. B negative? That's even worse. Oh, it's a delicacy that vampires crave the most. A is good. It is a fine blood type we all can enjoy. AB is tolerable. It's mixed with B, but A is strong enough to make it drinkable. But B? It is the absolute worst. B positive is bad enough. It smells like a skunk peeling onions at a sewage processing plant. But B negative. It is a rare and horrific smell. I can't even imagine what the taste must be. Simply horrendous. I'm sure.
Before my brother was born, I was pretty confident that we'd look and act exactly the same, with the only difference being that he'd be a boy. Yeah, but after he was born, I realized that it's not exactly the case. When I was 1, I was already reciting poems. When my brother was 1, he hadn't even said mom or dad yet. When I was 2, I was really talkative. I was talking to everyone and everything about everything. I had a lot to say. I'm sure my brother also had a lot to say, but all he could do was scream. When I was 3, I first learned the word astronaut, and I started going around telling everybody that I'm going to be an astronaut when I grow up. When my brother was 3, he was diagnosed with autism. He's better now, but I guess the hardest part about it was that I never really knew how to be his friend. What he liked or didn't like. Because he never knew how to tell me. Now he knows how to tell me what he likes or doesn't like in me or anybody else. He's the most intelligent person I've ever met, and also the bestest of friends. He never forgets that he's the friend that gets to sleep over at my house forever. Even though I sometimes
people don't like to say, I told you so, but I'm going to own it. I told you so. I've complained about this kind of thing 1,000 times, but does it ever change? No, it doesn't. And now you've gone and, oh, what was it again? That's right. You've killed somebody. And why was that? Correct. You were being impulsive. I told you so, you absolute muppet. I told you so. Oh, no. Don't you dare yell at me. You don't get to kill a man and then yell at me for rubbing my 10 years of complaining in your face. Once again, I'm going to have to clear up your mess, so I'm not going to tolerate being snipped at while I do it. I'm going to snip at you, and I'm going to say, I told you so, until my mouth bleeds. Right. Let's sort this idiocy out. You killed Mr. Singh in the office, and then what? Came straight here? Well, what does tried to deal with the body mean? So, if I understand your babbling correctly, and what have I told you about your diction when you're emotional? You impulsively killed Mr. Singh, and then followed a long series of further impulses in an attempt to deal with the body, and ended up borrowing a small boat and dumping his body at sea. Is that right? What do you mean? Most of it. What bits are still left? 3 fingers and an arm? What happened to the other 2 fingers? And the hand? What do you mean that's the other arm? So, you dumped all his body except for 3 fingers on the one side and the arm on the other, is that right? Why did you keep those bits? Look, you know what? It really doesn't matter. You need to go and shower and wash your dead boss's DNA off your stupid hands and your stupid face and your stupid everything else. I'm going to go down to the office to deal with security tapes. Oh, that's right. There is no doubt security footage of you stuffing his body into your stupid car. Now go! Clean yourself up! Oh, and one more thing. I damn well told you this would happen.
I remember when I was like 2 or 3 years old, and you used to always have Jared and I, like sitting on your bed, and you would tell us these really beautiful stories about fairies in the bottom of the garden and dinosaurs, and I don't remember the stories completely. But I just remember being like so engaged and just like fixated on everything you were saying. And you just used to always like put in so much effort, you know, like it felt like it was like a little mini theatre show or something. And I just remember thinking like, this is what I want to do with my life, you know, like I want to be a storyteller and I want to follow in your footsteps. And I want to make people feel seen and happy as well.
There's something calming about accidents, injuries, and humiliation in the middle of the night. Makes you appreciate being on a comfy futon with nothing collapsing on top of you. There's always tons of laughter. You get that little serotonin kick from seeing people laughing at their friends and at themselves. And that was the epiphany. Fails make people happy. The observers, the failures, everyone, they all laugh. Always. Well, not quite always, as it turns out. I was at the bus stop and 3 buses had gone straight through without stopping. Everyone there was going out of their minds. Angry huffs and puffs and all that. So I walked up to the granny with the walking frame and whoosh! Shoved her right over. I mean, it was pretty objectively funny. Her body was rigidly fixed in one position as she slowly tripped over. She rolled up into a little arc because of her hunched back and her walker went flying into the air. I was pissing myself. Everyone else, not so much. I guess there's a subtle but important difference between an accident and casual violence. I went to grab some lunch while I mulled this over, wondering if I could find another way to make people laugh. As luck would have it, the answer came to me pretty much straight away. It had to be an accident. See, I was in the food court, and there was a different granny there, gripping the edge of a table and shuffling around to get in front of a chair. Bingo. I went over and subtly pushed the chair away with my leg while I was pretending to check TikTok. Slipped away quietly and turned to watch. Epic granny fail! Oh, it was classic. She sat right down on nothing and even pulled her Big Mac and fries on top of herself as she went down. But no one laughed again. Just lots of gasps and people running over to help and stuff.
Tell me what you wanna be. Float your mind and listen to me.
Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out the performances. Congratulations to the actors. Some absolutely amazing stuff in there. You guys are fantastic. So well done. Huge achievement to get to the global finals of World Monologue Games and then doing such great performances. It's amazing. Now, everybody, you have a very important thing to do, which is vote for your 2 favorite performances. So I am just going to make a change to the description of this video. I have just published a link to the voting form. Now, that might not appear immediately, but if you're watching live, you might have to refresh the screen, or it should be there in a few moments. If you're not watching live, it should be there already, of course. Voting is open for 48 hours. You have to select your 2 favorite performances from the show and help select who becomes the global champion in the main amateur category. We will be announcing the winners this Wednesday at 8 p.m. AEDT, that's Sydney, Australia time, alongside the winners from our other 5 categories here at the global finals. Now, if you enjoyed the show, we hope you will come back tomorrow. We have our youth globals at 7 p.m. and the main professional category at 9 p.m. The very best of the very best in the most competitive World Monologue Games category. So it's going to be amazing. And the youth performers are so bloody talented. They are honestly as good as the adults. So they're going to be fantastic shows, and we hope you'll check them out. But that's all from me for now, I think. So have a nice day or night or whatever it is, wherever you are. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.